and then move over.
Okay, sounds good.
I will.
You
I'll
ready
just
to go
kind
live?
of. Yeah, I'm live. I have the official party can kind of come right through here, so it should be good.
You want to move it over here?
We're good right now. The official party will come in. I have them framed up.
You want to see them when they come in? You want to see them when they come in?
Yeah. That's fine. It's live.
Guests, please rise for the arrival of the official party and remain standing until the completion of the invocation. All military personnel remain covered for the presentation of the colors and the singing of our national anthem. Chief Petty Officer, United States Navy, arriving. Captain, United States Navy, arriving. Advance the colors. Retire the colors. And thank you, YN2 Lieutenant Evans, for singing our national anthem. Dr. Lorenzo York will now deliver the invocation.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. For the beauty of this day and this very moment, we give you thanks, Lord. For this occasion, Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 14, that enlightens us. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such a one hath found a treasure. Lead us, O Lord, in these precious moments to express our profound appreciation in finding your beloved Son, Brian, a treasure, a faithful friend, a shipmate. For these gifts of your grace that will manifest within this hour, we are profoundly grateful, Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. York. Side boys, post. Guests, please be seated. Captain Johnson, shipmates, colleagues, family, and friends, good morning and welcome to the retirement ceremony of Chief Mass Communications Specialist Brian Morales. I am Captain Fry, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies for today's event. In recognition of a long and honorable career in service to our nation, and in keeping with one of the oldest traditions in the military service, we are gathered here to pay special tribute to Chief Morales and his family on the occasion of his retirement from the United States Navy. I would like to welcome Chief's immediate family and extended family who made their way to the historic Washington Navy Yard. It is our distinct pleasure to have you here today. Today is a day of great significance as we recall a richly rewarding naval career in which Chief Morales experienced a broad variety of challenging assignments while serving our country in defense of freedom. Highlights of his career will be reviewed, awards and commendations cited, and the senior officer present will properly bid him farewell. The ceremony you're about to witness is centuries old and rich in tradition. It is the Navy's way of showing our nation's gratitude to our sailors who have served with honor and distinction. Today, we will witness the final stage of a very full and productive military career and say thanks to a shipmate. Chief Morales, thank you for your many contributions which have made our Navy a stronger and more capable force. Our thanks for your many dedicated hours and personal sacrifices that have helped to make our Navy the proud and professional organization that it is today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce today's presiding officer, Captain Ian Johnson, Commander, Navy Installations Command, Chief of Staff.
Hey, Josh, can you hear me? Thank you for the introduction, Josh. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'll tell you, it doesn't get much better than this outside. This is the first real fall day it's felt like with the chill in the air. I think the only thing that can make it better is if the Nationals were winning a little bit. It was 52 and 97, last place, so that's not good. But that's neither here nor there. From the Bronx, New York, to the United States Navy Museum in Washington, D.C., what an incredible journey, Chief. And what better place to recognize you and your wonderful family for their many years of service to this great country than to do it right here today. We have the privilege to have with us today Chief's father, Mr. Juan Morales. Welcome, sir. Mother, Ms. Lillian Morales. Yeah. Stepmother, Ms. Beth Morales. And aunt, Ms. Iris Perez. I would also like to welcome Chief's brothers, Jason Morales, Guillermo Colon, sister, Mr. Ritza Colon, sister-in-law, Leda Morales, and godbrother, Carlos Rivera. Welcome all. Thank you for coming today. It's truly an honor to have you here. For those of us in uniform, when we witness firsthand the vital role and responsibilities families shoulder when their loved ones serve in the armed forces is just overwhelming. It is not easy for families, I know. As a Navy family, it means months and sometimes even years apart. It means sleepless nights during deployments and arduous assignments abroad. And many times it means silence until that highly anticipated phone call, email, or text calling a sailor to duty. For a Navy family, it means personal sacrifice and dedicated support for the sailor, because without it, that sailor would be unable to fulfill their duty. During Chief Morales' 20 years of unwavering service to our country, our honored family here today demonstrated that unparalleled support. I know they've been Chief's foundation, strength, and loudest cheerleaders. Even during times when the call of duty had to take priority over family, they were there supporting him quietly in the background. So to the family of Chief Morales, it is because of your sacrifice and devotion to our nation that Chief is here today, moments away from retiring from the world's most powerful Navy. On behalf of the grateful Navy, thank you for your service and commitment to our nation. I'd like to take this opportunity just to give you a round of applause. It's also a privilege to be in the company of teammates here at Commander of Navy Installations Command. So thank you, staff, for taking the time to be here to recognize one of our own. Like most Navy ceremonies, the Navy retirement ceremony is filled with traditions that are meant to honor the career, achievements, and legacy of a sailor, as Josh mentioned. Today we mark the end of Chief Morales' honorable Navy career as he transitions to civilian life. But before he does, I would like to highlight a few of his many accomplishments. So 20 years ago, the Mass Communication Specialist rating did not even exist. It wasn't until 2006, 16 years ago, that the Navy merged the ratings of photographer's mate, journalist, photographer, and illustrative draftsman to create the MCC rating. At the time, Chief was a photographer's mate assigned to Amphibious Construction Battalion 1. In less than a year of his arrival, he transitioned from the role of command photographer to command mass communications specialist. He embraced the new MC rating by learning other required technical skills, such as conducting interviews, writing articles, and designing graphic art. It was at the Amphibious CV Battalion where he released his first official Navy article, which featured the Joint Logistics Over-the-Shore exercise, which involved both the Army and the Navy. Is that right, Chief? For this can-do effort, Chief was awarded the Army Achievement Medal. That is very unusual. Which one is it? You know? One of them. All right, so I wanted to see the article, so last night I Googled that article, Chief, and sure enough, this beautiful picture of operations along a shoreline popped up, taken by Mass Communication Specialist, 3rd Class, Brian Morales. So this is just fantastic, and this is now my screensaver. Fast forward to 2016, then MC-1 Morales was assigned to Commander U.S. Naval Forces Command in Bahrain, where he filled in as the leading Chief Petty Officer for the Public Affairs Shop, supervising 6 enlisted personnel, supporting 5 Navy Public Affairs officers and 6 United Kingdom EAOs. For his diligence, technical expertise, and leadership in Bahrain, the Chief of Naval Information selected Chief Morales as the 2016 Senior Mass Communication Specialist of the Year in the Shore category. That is just amazing. Being pinned to a Chief Petty Officer, however, was one of the most significant milestones in Chief Morales' career, and rightfully so. The Chief Petty Officer is a symbol of pride across the Navy. Chiefs are charged with setting and enforcing standards, mentoring junior officers and sailors, and being technical experts in the field. Staying true to the teachings of the Creed, Chief Petty Officers are expected to demonstrate leadership, trust, character, and competence. They're required to work as a team, remain loyal to one another, show humility, make ethical decisions, and motivate those around them. Chief Morales has done all of this and so much more. The Navy asks you to step up, Chief, you delivered by being a tried and true leader here at CNIC, guiding and mentoring junior mass communication specialists throughout our 10 regions and 70 installations around the globe. And I saw this firsthand with their time out in Hawaii earlier this year. It was just remarkable. You always made yourself available to sailors throughout the shore enterprise, regardless of distance or time zones, because you knew they were counting on their chief. Ask the Chief is an age-old watchword in and around the Navy. When teammates here at CNIC headquarters turn to you to provide technical expertise and solutions, you always deliver, and I saw that firsthand every day. Chief Morales, you have exemplified the Navy core values of honor, courage, and commitment throughout your career. Though at the end of today's ceremony, we will pike you ashore for the last time, you will remain an ambassador of our Navy and forever a part of the Chief's mess. You've done an exceptional job, and we are grateful for all that you have done for our nation and Navy. In conclusion, I will say that I've never met anybody who became incredibly successful in any area of your life until they have suffered, sweated, sacrificed, and kept their focus, fought through tears and trials and tests. And if you have a dream and you commit to it, it will come to pass. You have done all of that, Chief, and we are proud of you for it. Chief Morales, it has been an honor to serve alongside of you. I know the next chapter of your life will bring you even more success and happiness. Thank you for your service to CNIC, to the United States Navy, and this great nation. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless the United States Navy. We have the watch, Chief. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Captain Johnson. Usually during this portion of the ceremony, we would introduce the guest speaker, but you may have noticed that there is no guest speaker here with us today. Chief Morales is a sailor who carries out Navy traditions, but he is also a sailor who is creative, innovative, and modern thinking, as well as full of surprises during the right moments. And this is one of those moments. I would like to ask our guests to direct your attention to the big screen as we hear from shipmates who have had the privilege of serving with Chief Morales. To the many shipmates we've heard from in the video, whether you are present or watching from home via Facebook Live, thank you for taking the time to record your kind words and recounts of Chief Morales. Captain Johnson will now present Chief Morales with his End of Tour Award. Guests, please rise for the presentation of the award. Attention to award. The President of the United States takes pleasure in presenting the Meritorious Service Medal to Chief Mass Communications Specialist Brian Morales, United States Navy, for service as set forth in the following citation. For outstanding meritorious service as Force Mass Communications Specialist for Commander Navy Installations Command from December 2018 to December 2022. Chief Morales distinguished himself through exemplary leadership as the sole enlisted advisor to the Public Affairs Director on military manning, visual information policies, and current issues affecting sailors' quality of life. He managed 105 enlisted billets across the shore enterprise, assisted with the realignment of 2 mass communication specialist billets at Poland and Romania, and coordinated with Headquarters Manpower, Navy Personnel Command, and U.S. Fleet Forces to backfill critical enlisted positions. He standardized photo and video work centers by developing procurement procedures for visual information equipment. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Chief Morales supported public affairs teams to align communications and ensure military and civilian workforce and families received current information. He also executed 78 virtual all-hands calls, which allowed command leadership to communicate with staff on a regular basis despite a virtual operating environment. He supported shore public affairs teams in response to major events, including the Hawaii Red Hill water issue, 12 East Coast hurricanes, and active shooter tragedies at Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam and Naval Air Station Pensacola. Chief Morales' superior performance of duties culminated his 20 years of honorable and dedicated military service. Chief Morales' exceptional professionalism, outstanding initiative, and loyal dedication to duty reflected great credit upon him and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. For the President, Yancey Lindsay, Vice Admiral, U.S. Navy, Commander, Navy Installations Command. Guests, please be seated. Captain Johnson will now present Chief Morales with the Fleet Reserve Certificate. Fleet Reserve of the United States Navy. This is to certify that Chief Mass Communications Specialist Brian Morales was transferred from active duty to the Fleet Reserve of the United States Navy after 20 years of service. This certificate is awarded as a testimonial of faithful and honorable service. Signed, Vice Admiral Lindsay, United States Navy, Commander, Navy Installations Command. Chief Morales is also receiving a letter of appreciation from President Biden. I extend personal gratitude and the sincere appreciation of a grateful nation to you for your patriotic service to our country. Your bravery and dedication in armed forces helped protect your fellow Americans during a critical moment in our history and contributed to a world of greater security and growing prosperity. Your devotion to duty, honor, and country, in keeping with the long traditions of the finest military in the world, embodied the American ideal of selfless service. Our nation owes you an incredible debt. I wish you happiness and success in your next chapter. Joseph R. Biden, Jr., Commander-in-Chief. Chief Morales is also receiving letters of appreciation from President George W. Bush, President William Jefferson Clinton, the government of the state of Maryland, the Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy, and from the Director of Navy Fire and Emergency Services. Force Master Chief Jason Dunn and Senior Chief Evelyn Fosu will present Chief Morales with a retirement shadow box on behalf of the CNIC Chiefsmiths. Your retirement shadow box depicts your career achievements in the United States Navy. It includes your many personal awards and the uniform devices indicating the ranks you progressed through as you worked your way up the advancement ladder. Within this vessel, you will see the rank and history of your naval career. Additionally, the national flag symbolic of the nation you have so faithfully served during your 20 years of active duty. Thank you, Force Master Chief Dunn and Senior Chief Fosu. Retired Chief Petty Officer Mike Burley will now present the Chief Petty Officer Retirement Creed.
All Chief Petty Officers, past and present, attention. You have on this day experienced that which comes to all of us who serve on active duty in our Navy. I say our Navy because your departure from active duty in no way terminates your relationship. By law and tradition, U.S. Navy retirees are always on the rolls, ever ready to lend their service when the need arises. The respect that you earned as the Chief was based on the same attributes that you will now carry into retirement. You should have no regrets. Do not view your retirement as the end of an era, but rather as orders to a new and challenging assignment. To perform an independent duty. Remember well that you have been, and will always be, an accepted member of the most exclusive of all fraternities, that of the U.S. Navy Chief Petty Officers. The active duty chiefs salute you. Your retired chiefs welcome you. I wish you the traditional fair winds and following season.
Thank you, Mr. Burley.
And we're going to go off script here just for a second. Please be seated. So back when I made chief in 1991, in the days of wooden ships and iron men, at retirement ceremonies, we'd send off a sailor with a sea chest and a brace of pistols. Well, we don't have that today, but we do have a few things for mine. So for your car, a license. Sticker for your windshield or your door home, so you can tell everybody you're retired now. And then an Old Goats t-shirt. Better than And then before I sit down, I just want to say, Brian, thank you very much. I welcome you to the mess. Look forward to being there for you if you ever need anything, because you made it known when I checked on board and found out I was retired Chief Petty Officer to include me in the active duty mess that I used to belong to here at this active duty. So thank you very much. I wish you the best.
Recognizing that Chief Morales could not have achieved these many accomplishments alone, this ceremony would not be complete without acknowledgement of his family's support throughout his naval career and service to our country. Ushers, please escort Mr. Juan Morales and Mrs. Lillian Morales and Mrs. Yvette Morales to the stage. Certificates of appreciation from the United States Navy are presented to Mr. Juan Morales and Ms. Lillian Morales and Mrs. Yvette Morales. Today, after completing 20 years of active naval service, Chief Morales has ended an honorable and faithful service to his country, and his efforts are sincerely appreciated. Such a rich and rewarding career reflects a strong commitment to the principles of freedom and democracy and the belief that they must be upheld at any cost. That type of total commitment is not possible without the full support of the entire family. On behalf of the Department of the Navy and the CNIC staff, I extend to you sincere thanks and express our appreciation of a job well done. Thank you, family. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present Chief Mass Communications Specialist Brian Morales, United States Navy.
Made some edits this morning. Thank you, Captain Fry. When you came on board on CNIC and introduced yourself to the public affairs team, I gave a recommendation, and I recall you saying, sage advice from the chief already. Well, I'm going to take my own advice today and say, thank you to my family. Taking my own advice and saying thank you to my family and friends that came out here today and those that are viewing on Facebook Live. Thank you. As a chief, I'm charged with being part of the backbone of the Navy. But my family and my friends, they're my backbone and so much more. They are my heart and soul. They are my strength and humility. I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for all the encouragement and support over the 20 years. I've been going down memory lane since last December, and I kept thinking how much everything has changed over the years. I know nothing stays the same forever. Some good, some bad. Some of it's just evolution. I'll give an example or two on this. But if you ever see me at work, you know I need music. Music is life to me. And while serving here at CNIC, Vice Admiral Lindsay would start off his virtual all-hands calls with some music trivia, which I really am a big fan of. I'm gonna borrow that today, saying that this day in music history, in 2016, according to the Music Business Association, playlists were now a more popular way to listen to music than albums. The reports said playlists accounted for 31% of listening time across all demographics, while albums lagged behind 22%. But single tracks remain the dominant format, according to the study, accounting for 46% of music played. That definitely was a game changer because you had to pop in tapes and CDs 2 decades ago when things are now just digital. And by the way, for the real music trivia, in 1989, Milli Vanilli's hit number 1 in U.S. charts with "Girl, You Know It's True." So that's your music trivia for the day. But nothing stays the same forever. When I came in the Navy slogan was "Accelerate Your Life," and now it is "Forged by Sea." both of which are true about my career when I joined the Navy in the first place. Dad, I know you love me, but I was not gonna let you pay for my college. And we both know I was not going to live under your roof forever. I'm sorry I didn't give you and Mom much say in joining. I had to find my own way. And things worked out, obviously, because I'm standing here, so. Also, just like to give a quick shout out to Juan Perez, who cannot be here today. Johnny, though I know you were trying to start off on the Navy as an E2 by referring me. It was a whole referral program. It ended up being one of the best decisions of my life. Of course, I wanted to start off as an E2 also, so I got Gil to join. And it became a family thing, which strengthened our bonds a bit more by serving in the Navy. But I arguably have the best job in the Navy. Even before joining service, I was learning photography and basic mass communication specialist skills in high school. Developing black and white film, and they even had a mock news studio. But I'm not much of a talker, obviously, because I'm like stuttering a little bit too. And I know people would even think, is this guy really in the right career field? I say yes, because as a testament to all the people here and all the videos that we just seen and those viewing on Facebook Live, I like to think of myself as a decent listener. So I do have 2 pieces of advice for today's mass communication specialist. But first, I want to say that as a leader in the MC community, I've actually learned a lot more of my junior sailors and Marines. Yes, I'm one of the very few MCs who ever got to serve with the Marines. I've learned a bit more of patience and understanding. I've learned and continue to be amazed on how our MCs can find multiple solutions for big projects and the impact that they had publicizing the latest and the greatest policies and programs that the Navy has to offer. For my advice, as a storyteller for the world's greatest Navy, not only fact check your info, but listen closely to all the people that make things happen. Everyone has a story to tell or a hidden talent about them. Tell the world about our sailors during their missions. Otherwise, it'll be a dry read like a situation report. And the second is going back to my change of times theme. Visual information is all digital now, and today's mass communications specialists have to produce a lot more in a shorter time. But I encourage those MCs to take a few minutes or moments extra to just truly capture what it is we all do. You are history, and we all make history each day. Though nothing lasts forever, a photograph, a video, or even a written story says, I was here when that happened. I know it may seem like you work for the picture people at times or Kinko's, but our Navy's first photographer, Walter Leroy Richardson, proved a valuable purpose for these skills. It literally painted a picture, 2 situation reports for leaders to be better informed of what's going on and to make more informed decisions. There are tons I could talk about or mention, but I'm excited to start the next chapter of my life. I did celebrate my life. I was forged by the sea. I went on so many ships. One day I even shipped out to 5 ships in the carrier strike group and Naval Air Station on North Island during a deployment. During a brief touch of land after bombs out at sea, the pilot told me, "PAO wants me to remind you, you have to come back to the ship." So I find it fitting to finish my naval career at C9C. The shore enterprise takes care of home, and that's something I'm looking to refocus on. Those that know me, I was married once. It didn't work out, but like every failure I had in my life, I took the lessons learned. And though we parted ways on many years ago and don't even talk, part of me will always love her because I can honestly say that she made me a better man than I am today. She made me the man I am today. Her family kept on being my family, still even after all these years. But I kept deploying after our divorce, and I'm ready to focus more on my personal life and myself. Something that's especially important these days after I've gone through all these quarantines and lockdowns during the past few years. I'm gonna close on to say to everyone here and those watching at home, I love you. Dad, Mom, other mom, my godmother that wasn't able to make it, Iwani, who, like my grandmother, used to always open the door and held our Thanksgivings and Christmas events. Jason, every time I needed a break, he was up. He opened the doors for me on the weekends and Alita, beautiful little my grandnephew down there. That's Rocky, Carlos Ferreira. Always used to have like long walks, talk about anything and everything. One time we even ended up in New Jersey and from Pennsylvania. I don't even know how that happened. Gillian Jarissa, yeah, always opened the doors for me whenever I was on leave, and you always made time for me. Yeah, Jarissa, I miss your cooking so much.
I got you right.
We did some time down in Bahrain, and you always used to hit the dance floors doing like some balls and everything else. Thank you so much for coming. Our CNIC Public Affairs team, I'm Captain Fry, our leader. Colleen San Nicolas Perez. Lieutenant Navarro, Clara Navarro, who's on terminal leave herself. And Miss Destiny Cyber, who's actually graduating from the Public Affairs Qualification course. And Naval District Washington Public Affairs team. I love you all. Thank you so much. And everybody that knows me personally, I'm gonna just sign off by saying my favorite phrase. Let's do the damn thing.
Thank you, Chief Morales. And I thank you as your supervisor for your tireless work, your loyal devotion, and all the long hours that you've put in for the command and for the Navy. And all of the stories that you've told for the Navy, through your pictures and the stories you've written, are now part of the Navy's story. And now your story is forever etched in the memory of the United States Navy. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem is the symbol of our great nation, representing freedom and all those who serve to defend her. Ever mindful of the men and women who have made the supreme sacrifice in her defense, and the families who have suffered from that ultimate sacrifice, we will now observe the Navy tradition of the passing of Old Glory. Chief Prendige will now read Old Glory.
I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident. I am arrogant. I am proud. When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is held a little higher. My colors are a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am saluted. I am respected. I am revered. I am loved. I am feared. For more than 200 years, I have fought in every battle of every war. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, beaches of Normandy, the jungles of Guam, Okinawa, Tarawa, Korea, Vietnam, and in the heat of the Persian Gulf, and a score of other places long forgotten by all, but those who were there with me. I was there. I led my sailors and Marines. I followed them. I watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill on Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-torn and tired, but my sailors and Marines cheered me. I was proud. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that I have helped set free. It does not hurt me, for I am invincible. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country. And when it is done by those with whom I have served, in battle it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the sturdy bounds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the new frontiers of space. I have been a silent witness to all of America's finest hours. But my finest hour comes when I fly half-mast to honor my sailors and Marines, when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother, at the graveside of her fallen son or daughter. I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, dear God. Long may I wave.
Thank you, Chief Prendige. Flag detail, post. In the late 1700s, the U.S. Navy set sail with new ideas, new goals, and a desire to build traditions that would last through the test of time. The U.S. Navy led the way with providing honors for crewmen. The 1800s saw enlisted men holding retirements for enlisted men for the first time. The captain would allow the jolly boat to take the enlisted retiree ashore. Then, after the Civil War, commanding officers began to hold enlisted retirement ceremonies to show the crew that he and the Navy recognized the contributions of its enlisted crewmen. Today, our Navy has given most of the pomp and circumstance, the honors, traditions, and ceremonies back to history. Time does not give us the freedom to do these things from the past, but we still have time to stop all engines, lay about smartly, and drop anchor to pay homage to one of our shipmates going ashore. To honor the years served, the guidance, the leadership, the friendship, and the expertise that this shipmate has freely given these 20 years. Senior Chief Garcia will now read the watch.
For 20 years, this sailor has stood the watch. While some of us were in our bunks at night, this sailor stood the watch. While some of us were in school learning our trade, this shipmate stood the watch. Yes, even before some of us were born into this world, this shipmate stood the watch. Those years when the storm clouds of war were seen brewing on the horizon of history, this shipmate stood the watch. Many times he would cast an eye ashore and see his family standing there, needing his guidance and help, needing that hand to hold during those hard times, but he still stood the watch. He stood the watch for 20 years. He stood the watch so that we, our families, and our fellow countrymen could sleep soundly and safely, each and every night knowing that a sailor stood the watch. Today we are here to say, shipmate, the watch stands relieved. Relieved by those you have trained, guided, and led. Chief Morales, you stand relieved. We have the watch.
Guests, please rise and remain standing for the benediction and the departure of a 20-year Navy veteran.
Let us pray. Eternal Father, strong to save, whose arm hath bound the restless wave, who bids the mighty ocean deep its own appointed limits keep. Hear our prayer, Lord, a prayer of blessing upon our shipmate, our chief pride. Bless him, Lord, daily in his awakening and in his sleeping. Bless him in his work and in his leisure. Bless him. Bless him to continue living on his story as a faithful one who is a treasured friend, who is a faithful one and a strong defense. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. York. Bosun, stand by to pipe aside. Shipmate going ashore. All Chief Petty Officers, past and present, man the rails to join as side boys. Side boys, post. Chief Morales, front and center. Chief Morales will now request permission to go ashore for the last time. Chief Petty Officer and family, United States Navy, retired, departed. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Chief Morales and his family, thank you very much for taking part in this time-honored tradition and ceremony. We invite you to congratulate Chief Morales, to take pictures and group pictures, and please don't forget your belongings. This concludes this morning's ceremony. Thank you.